Good morning. And welcome to Unity of New Braunfels. Let us pray. And so as we breathe deeply, as we receive the breath of life, let us allow our hearts to fill with gratitude and thanksgiving for this wonderful, love-filled community where we come to pray together, where we come to hold the truth, where we come to remember our divine purpose in life, to connect with the divine wisdom and the divine guidance. And so as we are here, we listen. We listen, and in listening, we allow ourselves to know the answer to the questions that we have, to feel the love that we desire, to connect heart to heart. And in this field of gratitude, we say thank you and amen. Amen.
Thank you, Sandra. Wow, this is a sea of love. I love seeing all of you here. What a blessing. Welcome. And if you have your cell phone with you, I invite you to put it on vibrate, turn it off, send it into the silence. It will get its messages as we get ours. Unity is a spiritual community that fosters personal transformation for healing, for wholeness, and for an intimate connection with the divine. We do this through affirmative prayer and meditation that opens us to realize our oneness with God. Now, we honor the light that lives in all religious and spiritual traditions. We know the light streaming through every stained glass window, every cathedral, every chapel, every church tent is the very same light shining through us, and we call that light God. Now we know that what we experience is based on what we say and what we believe. And when we say what we believe with conviction, with breath behind it, it ignites a powerful force in the universe. So let's say this great truth together with gusto. There is only one presence, one power, active in my life and in the universe, God the good omnipotent. And so it is. It is so good to see you, Kelly. She's been away doing all kinds of things for 6 weeks, and it's just great to have you in the house. Welcome. And let's welcome any newcomers. Anyone visiting us for the first time? If so, if you'll stand, I'm going to bring the microphone up and find out your name and where you're visiting from. Hi.
Hi. My name is Mary Felter, and actually we live here in New Braunfels.
Well, welcome.
And I'm John Felter, and I live with Mary.
Beautiful. Well, welcome. I'll scoot around the back here.
Hello, I'm Robert Mayhall, and I'm new in New Braunfels, and it's good to be here this morning.
Welcome.
Sorry.
It's all right to laugh.
It's Joy Bernstein, and I'm from San Antonio.
Beautiful. Welcome.
Thank you.
Joy Ballou.
Elton Blue, we're here with our kids, Wes and Daniel.
Beautiful. Welcome. Did I get everyone? Beautiful. Well, the ushers are bringing you a packet of information. It's got some information about this church community, about Unity as a whole, and on the cover of it is a coupon. If you fill out that coupon and take it to the Sacred Corner bookstore after the service, you can get a free gift. And we love to bless people. So the rest of us are going to rub our hands, we're going to connect with our hearts, and we're going to say, dear friends, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ in you. Namaste. Beautiful. And now I'd like to tell you that we are live streaming. So the ability for people anywhere in the world to watch us right now. So let's turn around the camera that's up there and let's wave our hands. Let's blow our kisses. Howdy, y'all. Welcome to New Braunfels. We're so glad you came here and you're here with us. Oh, doesn't that feel good? We're expanding, and there's, just like God is that invisible, all the people on the internet right now are invisible to us, but they're so present. We love you. And so I'd like to invite up our board president, Sandy Kaiser, who's going to lead us in the daily word. Thank you.
The word for today is time enough. I have time, faith, and strength enough to do what needs to be done by me. As I look forward to all I plan to accomplish today, I seek guidance in prayer. God's peace quiets my mind, calms my emotions, and relaxes my body. Prayer quickens my divine faculties of love, wisdom, understanding, and order. I am guided to organize my time in a way that allows me to fulfill important commitments, contribute to my own and others' spiritual growth, and provide the physical activity and rest my body needs. Divinely guided, I also recognize and release activities that do not contribute to my highest good. I feel God's guiding presence as my day unfolds in divine order. I affirm, and would you affirm with me, I have time, faith, and strength enough to do the things to be done by me. The clever do all things intelligently. It's from Proverbs 13:16. Oh. Now it's time for our vision statement. Our vision is what we hold for ourselves and the world. Would you please join me in reciting this affirmation? A world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening.
That's a powerful vision. And you might ask, how are we going to get there? We're going to get there by doing our mission together. Acknowledging the divinity within, we welcome and empower all through fellowship, education, and service to our community and the world.
And our core value for today is empowering. I am empowered with the energy and strength of spirit. Well, I have to tell you, the first time that I had that aha moment or light bulb go off was when I was studying the 5 principles and learned that we all have a spark of divinity within us, the Christ Spirit within. I tell you, that made me feel so empowered to know that my very essence is of God and that we are also inherently good. Knowing that I have this spirit within, I'm empowered to do anything.
Thank you, Sandy. So this is our time for our congregational song. I invite you to stand and let's sing this old favorite by Charles Austin Miles, In the Garden. I come to the garden alone while the dew is still on the rose.
He speaks, and the sound of his voice is so sweet. The birds touch their singing, and the melody that he gave to me within my heart is ringing. And he walks with me, and he talks with me. He tells me I am his own. And the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. I'd stay in the garden with him, though the night around me be falling. But he bids me go with the voice of woe, the voice to me is calling. And he walks with me, and he talks with me. He tells me I am his own. And the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known.
Beautiful. You may be seated. I don't know about you, but I cannot believe it's the third Sunday of July already. And here we are still immersed in this month of understanding. That's the goal, and it is a treasure to understand. Today's talk title is Intuition is God Talking to You. Now, I had great fun researching this talk, and I came across this quote by Dr. Wayne Dyer. Now, Dr. Wayne Dyer, I had great honor of getting to know. He was a member of our Unity Church of Maui congregation. He lived on Maui many years towards the latter part of his life, and then he'd do all those telethons and write all those books and everything. But what a wise man. He gave so much in his life, and he said, if prayer is you talking to God, then intuition is God talking to you. I love that, because just aligning our instinctive knowing with messaging from the divine, from God, is very powerful. For we know in prayer, we're not so much talking to God as saying to ourselves conditions we want or conditions we are ready to let go of ourselves, because we never change God, we're changing ourselves. But we allow this important aspect of spiritual understanding. We've been talking this month about spiritual understanding, that deep connection of knowing that we discover with our prayer, our meditation, our turning within. And spiritual understanding is different from that intellectual understanding or the egoic understanding. And it's this spiritual understanding is where the flow of divine guidance comes in the form of intuition. So I'm going to turn to co-founder of Unity, Charles Fillmore, and he says this about spiritual understanding. Spiritual understanding is the ability of the mind to apprehend and realize the laws of thought and the relation of ideas one to another. Again, this is a powerful thing for us to know, that our spiritual understanding is our ability to discern between one thought and another. I don't know about you, but sometimes I have a thought that can come out of left field, and it takes me into a direction that looks more like poor me, or not enough, or fear, restriction. And being able to discern, is that a true thought? Is that a loving thought? Is that a supportive thought? Or does that thought, maybe not so much in balance? And when we turn, it is this spiritual understanding within us that is that place where we can have that direction, that ability to know what is ours to know and what we can just, that thought, I don't have to give any attention to that thought. Because we have 60 to 90,000 thoughts a day. So we're going to have a stream of all kinds of thoughts. It's good that we have a Geiger counter, spiritual understanding within us to discern what thoughts should we give our energy to, and those we should just let fly on by. I turn to the wisdom of May Rowland. May Rowland was, I love the Women of Unity. And May Rowland was the head of Silent Unity for many years. And I did not get to meet May, but everything I've read about her, she was a very powerful woman and so wise. She says, whatever your need, your first need is for understanding. Then other things will follow. So that's how important understanding is to us. If we want anything in our life, absolutely anything in our life, first we have to have understanding. That's the foundation on which we're going to build and do whatever it is we're going to do. And certainly, we do a lot. We're doers. But we need to understand. I turn to the great wisdom of one of the greatest scientists of our common era, and he was also a great spiritual explorer. And he found great truth in spirituality. Albert Einstein says, every man knows that in his work he does best and accomplishes most when he has attained a proficiency that enables him to work intuitively. That is, there are things which we come to know so well that we do not know how we know them. This happens in all areas of our life. Because like for an instrument, for instance, if we practice the scales on the piano and we practice and practice and practice, at some point we begin to play and we're not thinking about what keys we're pressing. We're in the flow and we're working intuitively with the music. And then you can start creating your own music. It's also true. I learned to drive on a stick shift car. You know? That old kind. And boy, in the beginning, it was like, I'm never going to learn how to do this because the car only goes, okay, you know? But then later on, it's like, well, did you put your foot on the clutch? I don't know. You just get into an instinctive knowing of what to do and how to do it. This happens in how we communicate with each other or how we take time to be with a 5-year-old. Now, if you think about what you're supposed to say when you're talking to a 5-year-old and how you're going to not have much of an experience when all you have to do is just sit down and talk and listen. And sure, you don't need to use great big words, but it's easy to use simple words. And then we can communicate. And we can do that so intuitively and operating from our knowing inside without having to think about it. So there's a difference. Thank you, Albert Einstein. And then I turned to one of our great teachers in contemporary. We all know who Deepak Chopra is, and he's provided so much wisdom. Here he says, Synchronicity is choreographed by a great, pervasive intelligence that lies at the heart of nature and is manifest in each of us through intuitive knowledge. I love this. He's talking about the incredible network of how everything works together. And that infinite intelligence that goes through it all. So that we have things outside that are growing of their own accord. Like those beautiful Pride of Barbados, the orange flowers that are right out in front. Do you think they need to sit back and go, okay, today I think orange. I'll bloom. I don't know, no. Maybe I'll go blue today. No. It operates in the knowing of exactly what it needs to express. And it does it so beautifully. And the rain and the clouds and everything works together in our natural life. We sleep, we eat, we drink, we listen, we open our heart. We're complex beings made of basically the same material that a kumquat's made from. And yet, we have the power to understand and tell the difference between that knowing and this knowing, rather than just operating from the incredible, pervasive intelligence that is working in all. Thank you, Deepak. Then I turn back to Charles Fillmore, and he says, no man knows anything until he knows it in this thorough, instinctive way. It is true. Because when we really know something, we don't forget. It's our knowing. And we're not going to get anywhere if we don't find that knowing. If the knowing is, I love the water, then get in the water. If your knowing is, I don't love the water, then don't get in the water. Because when we live and move and have our being from our knowing, our life is in balance. We can face the challenges that come up because it's part of the journey. And it doesn't throw us so far off the road that we're stranded. Because see, if we're operating from this knowing, we're going to be able to address and handle anything that comes up in our life. And doesn't that sound good? Because certainly life is going to have all kinds of curriculum. And there's going to be great joy along the way. There's going to be others to do it with, but there's going to be opportunity for healing. There's going to be opportunity for learning. There's going to be opportunity for taking a step back going, okay, now what? But if we come from this place within us of spiritual understanding, of our intuition and guidance, we will be guided to the next step. Now, we may not be given all the directions. I think God is a lot like Siri or the GPS or Waze, gives you one direction at a time. Because that's about all we can handle. Turn right in 1,000 feet. Now, if you don't turn right in 1,000 feet, you turn left in 1,500 feet, what happens? You gotta go around the block. And that's what our life is like. We're going to get direction. And we may not get the whole picture, but we're given what we need to do what is ours to do. that old prayer. Give us this day our daily bread. Now, a part of us wants a truckload. Just bring me all the bread. No. You get a day's worth of bread. And then guess what? Tomorrow you get another day's worth. Because you're going to be given what you can handle. And if you're given and you handle what's been given, you'll be given more. Because God takes care of those who take care of themselves. Thank you, Charles. And then Deepak Chopra continues to say, as intuition grows, the need to make problems and see complications starts to dwindle. Thank you, God. Now, you can probably imagine that when I create drama, I create big drama. Because I don't do anything small. Big old drama. So everyone will notice. Intuition and listening to that guidance and knowing is actually a pathway to find balance and not create more problems or complication for our lives. Now, I know I'm the only one that does this, but at least for you, you can see it's good news for me that I won't create any problems for myself. But if it's contagious and you ever find that you're creating problems for your life, you can go, thanks, Reverend Gary, I got the disease, but I know I can use intuition and guidance to steer me away from complicating my life. It's pretty simple. Last week, operating instructions were given. Read a little, meditate more, think about God all the time. This gives us solace because as we learn to have balance and learn to center in our knowing and understanding, we're going to be given what we needed, and all of the problems, all of the complications melt away. And we're given what's today to deal with. That doesn't mean every day is going to be easy. It does mean we're going to have everything we need to deal with whatever we need to today. And that's good news. And then I conclude this talk with this final quote from Charles Fillmore. He says, never say, I don't know, I don't understand. Claim your Christ understanding at all times and declare, I am not under any spell of human ignorance. I am one with infinite understanding. It's a very powerful commandment to say, I don't know. Because we've instantly shut ourselves off from having any part in it. Same thing with, I don't understand. It's not saying I'm willing to understand. I'm available to understand. I don't understand right now. So either remove these from your vocabulary, or when they spill out of your mouth, say, I don't know yet, but I'm sure willing to find out. Or, I don't understand, but I'm sure willing to understand. I wonder what the answer will be. I wonder. So as we open ourselves, we must come to this place that we know, if we don't know how we know, that we're one with infinite understanding. And by knowing that, we come home to being willing to be guided by that divine knowing. For God works through us by giving us intuition and guidance. And that's good news. And that also tells us why understanding is such a powerful tool to foster and honor in our lives. So let's take this thought, this idea into meditation as we settle in and maybe set down anything that we've brought with us, as we allow the Unity Singers to bring us into this now moment in song.
Give yourself away. Give yourself away. Give yourself away. Give yourself away. Let go. Give yourself away. Give yourself away. Give yourself away. Give yourself away. Let go.
As we come together right now in this one moment, we surrender and let go. We let go of everything before this moment. We breathe deeply and we let go. This is our presencing. Coming into wholeness right here, right now. All we need do is let go of our expectation. Let go of our fear. Let go of the past. Let go of the future. Become fully present now. This presence is the place where we can open ourselves to divine understanding. If it works for you to have a creative visualization, you might see a orange ball of energy, a gold ball of energy above your head. And allow that energy to drop in with each breath through your body as it relaxes and soothes and presences you to this now moment. Safe, awake, serene, peaceful, and whole. So let's breathe in these attributes of our spiritual understanding as we turn within and listen to our divine understanding here in the silence. As we emerge from this time in the silence, we feel gratitude for this pervasive intelligence that brings us into oneness. We let this love and this light and whatever knowing we have right now to resonate with our being. We acknowledge it, we embrace it, and then we prepare to bring ourselves back into this room by breathing, wiggling our fingers, wiggling our toes, might roll our head and our shoulders, and when you're ready, open your eyes. And then we'll say this affirmation for today's message together. I open myself to God to know the truth and listen to my intuition. And so it is. And now we have a very special treat, the song by Ron Bretsky. During practice today, I said, I think we've found Unity Platinum. Enjoy.
what is mine to do, and what should I let be from where I stand? What can I see? So many complications, so many winds that blow. How can I know? One-on-one with the heart. That's where the action starts. To let the spirit flow. To listen is a power to change I want out there comes from within. To seek who I am is where it began. Do I give myself for the rising of all? How can I hear the
What a blessing that is. Wow. And so with that blessing, we've come to this time in this service where we can give our tithe, our offering, our love, our prayer, our gratitude. And for you online viewers, you can hit that donate button on the website and you can give at this time as well. And as we are bringing ourselves to this moment, let's hold our intention on our heart as we say this love offering affirmation together. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and belief. It does good work in the world and returns to me abundantly. And so we've reached this point where we do the walk of abundance. And with that, you come forward. You place your offering, your prayer for this community, your gratitude for this morning into the shiny copper bowl. And then from the wooden bowl, take an affirmation for yourself, for a loved one. Let's celebrate with the walk of abundance.
And so it is with greater understanding that we continue to expand out in our spiritual growth and our love and our commitment to spiritual growth. We say, thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you. And so it is. And as each prayer comes into this prayer box, we know that prayers are answered. And we know that they are answered in divine order and divine timing. And we give thanks that we may not even know the good that is coming our way as we receive in love, open hearts and open minds And so it is. Amen.
I love when the trains comes through right at the moment to just like add a little bass to what's happening and what's being said. It's wonderful, wonderful. So I like to start off the announcements by acknowledging a person or team that's been doing great work for us. And today I'd like to honor all the people associated with the hospitality team. Oh, they bring such yummy treats from fruits to baked goods. It's always a wonderful treat to be in fellowship with each other and the hospitality team. Let's give them our warm thank you. Beautiful. Oh, yum, yum, yum. Another yummy thing is we're launching Gourmet with God. This is a summer fundraiser, and it is fun. So if you want to do any of these, you pay, and all the money that you pay goes straight into the church fund. There are two available for $25 a reservation, and that's a fiesta pool party with special music and a game night with sweet treats. So you can game and get a sugar high at the same time. Wow, to be a kid again. Or $50 for any of these. A cookout for carnivores, a Mediterranean feast, salmon soiree with the minister, international delights with an art theme, and a scrumptious Southern supper. Doesn't it sound good? So we go into a host home. We get to know whoever shows up much better than what we get to meet on a Sunday service. It's fun, it's food, it's fabulous. So if any of those interest you, the table right over here, Pat Dell will be there with their card reader. You can do the text to give or simple cash or check. It all works. It's fun. So enjoy Gourmet with God. Now, ever since I first arrived here, people have been saying, I want to be able to text and give. Other churches do this. Well, now we do it too. You can set up a recurring gift. You can do a one-time tithe or a gift or a donation or pay for a class or a workshop. And it's very easy. So there's a phone number that you text. And I saved it in my phone as UNB Give. And then in the message, you put in whatever the amount. If you just put $47,000 in the amount, for example, then you click send, and we're all happy. But anyway, you put in a dollar amount, and if you put tithe after, it goes in tithe. And you got a little card in your bulletin. So if it's for Gourmet with God, you put $50 gourmet, and then it goes into the gourmet fund. Or when we launched the 21st anniversary and you want to buy a ticket, you put the price and 21st. So it's very easy. And then it will the first time you have to set up your name and address and what's your favorite color and where, a credit card or a debit card. And then once you've set it up, all you do is just use it. So I used it this week to do my weekly tithe, and then I did it for Gourmet with God. And it was so easy. Now, if texting and giving, you are repulsed by it, and you would never think of ever doing such a thing ever in your life, cash and check still works. It's just if you want to, text to give. We have a wonderful opportunity. I still have one more Metaphysics 3 class tomorrow night, Monday night. You're welcome to come. It's a great conversation. What's true is you can come to any class in any order, and it all works. So can you come to Metaphysics 2 and you haven't had Metaphysics 1? Absolutely. They're totally independent. So Reverend Sandra von Gillingband is going to be teaching 5 Mondays from 6 to 8, starting August 12th, Metaphysics 2. This will be an opportunity to dive into metaphysics, which is the power of life beyond the physical. It's a wonderful study and great conversation. This will be in our Gratitude and Prosperity room, and all of our classes are done on a love offering basis. You can sign up at the table out in the foyer, or you can just plain show up. I have to tell you that Owen and I need to go to Honolulu. Owen's brother-in-law, my brother-in-law, dear, dear man, passed away on the 13th. He was a sparkling example of how to be a great husband, a great father, a great brother, a great man. And so I get to do his celebration of life next Sunday. I'm very excited about that. And to get to see the whole family, it'll be quite wonderful. And then on the 2nd, we'll fly to California. The beginning of the year, I scheduled my sabbatical week at Blue Mountain Center for the Advanced Passage Meditation Retreat. So when I come back on the 10th, I will be holy. Or not. We'll see. But I am so excited that you're going to get to meet our ministerial intern who's going to be starting in September. She's going to be our guest speaker next Sunday, and she's here this morning, Maggie Alderman. Stand up so everyone can see you. So this is an opportunity to be on the ground floor of a brand new baby minister, one that's just come out of the incubator. It's so exciting. And then the following week, Reverend Sandra von Gillingham, who's our minister emeritus. So a minister for a very long time. And so you can get both sides and then compare and contrast and how did that work? And wouldn't that be fun? And then you can give me the report when I come back. That would be really fun. Or not, whatever. So I'll pray for you, you pray for me, and we'll have a great experience still being in oneness. And I'll bring back some aloha spirit for you. We have an awesome prayer call every day. It's at 8 o'clock. You can either just say the prayer at 8 o'clock, or you can call this number, put in the extension number. You don't have to write it down. There's a yellow piece of paper on the welcome table. You just pick that up. It's got the information on it. And this is the prayer we do every morning at 8 o'clock. Our true income is the inflowing of spirit. We renounce all thoughts of lack and fear involving finances for the church and in our personal lives. Such thoughts have no influence on our financial strength and soundness. Our income is constantly increasing. We prosper wherever we turn. All of our income is gratefully received and wisely distributed under the inspiration of the Christ mind. Our income manifests in a pattern of steady growth in love, faith, and spiritual accomplishment among family, friends, and members of the church. We are blessed, and so it is. Amen. So join us for that 8 o'clock call, and if you can't be on the call, you can just say it. Our prayer chaplain today is Linda Gillespie, and she'll be here after the service. She'll come up to the front pew, and there she'll take any concern you have. It might be a great goodness in your life or a great challenge in your life, and she will hold that prayer in confidence and lifting it up to the highest it can be. Unity was founded and grounded in prayer. It's how Unity started. And our prayer box lives right outside of the Sacred Corner bookstore. There's prayer request forms there you can fill out in the pew racks. You can fill out prayer request forms, put them in the box. We pray over them for 30 days. Then we package them up and we send them to Silent Unity, where they're prayed on more and more and more. Prayer always works. And please take your bulletin with you. It's got all the details of upcoming events and stuff here at Unity. Let's now enjoy the music of the Unity Singers with I Can Fill My Life.
What I need is what I've got. I've just got to be it. It's covered up by all the things I think I need. Who am I? A child of love. I just got to live it, to open up, breathe it in, to let it flow. I can feel my life. I can feel my life. I can feel my life. Peace when I let you fill my life. When I let you fill my life. Let you fill higher, higher now. Yes, I can know it through all the noise, all the pain. It's always there. It's what I need. It's what I've got. I've just got to live it, to open up, to breathe it in, to let it flow. I can feel my life. I can feel my life.
Good morning, everybody. I am Leslie Woods. I'm the Youth and Family Ministry Director here. And Jane, you were going to share, right? Sure. I'm going to hold this one.
Okay. Today we had a bunch of candies and we're going to donate them to the police department. Yeah, that's what we did today.
So they're Laffy Taffy, so they can keep their sense of humor for the police officers. There is Lifesavers, because they are one. Kisses to show how much we love and appreciate them. And there's other things down there that I can't see. But I do have to say the amount of self-control for these guys this morning was immense. Because they were allowed to have up to 3 pieces of candy, and they honored that, and I'm so impressed. So parents, they're not going to be too crazy, just a little. And then I just wanted to remind parents of the littles that we go back to the Gratitude and Prosperity Room, and then Quentin and Christanne have something to share about IYOU.
All right, so we went to IY like 2 weekends ago? Yes. Okay, it felt like yesterday. But we went to IY, and it was really fun, like very eye-opening. And it's very different from other rallies because it's like all over the United States, like different unities. We had South Central, which is us, East, Southeast, Northwest, and I think Southwestern?
Southwest, Mid-Central, and Great Lakes.
Yes. So there were a lot of people from like different parts around the U.S. that also go to Unity. And so they also went to IY. And we did like many projects. We did this Silent Unity where we went into the Silent Unity chapel and we did this little class on like how to pray and affirm things through meditation and prayer. And then we did the Silent Unity room, and it was just amazing. Like there's so much energy in the room. I felt like I was floating, like literally, like you're just like that, like in a chair. It's really cool. And then we like did prayer boxes. So we had our own little prayer boxes from Silent Unity that we made. And we did a tour. So we saw like where Charles and Myrtle Fillmore, they taught and where they lived and every like place around Unity Village. So that was really cool. Am I missing anything? Okay, here's Quentin.
So the theme of the weekend was the art of the universe. And so it was all about like how we are a work of art and the universe is a work of art. And so we talked a lot about creative expression and honing your own creativity and like releasing the past and then like letting divine order sort of like take the reins and stop worrying about the future kind of stuff. And with our t-shirts, what we did is that they gave us to them just like plain white, and then we, as a group, were like tie-dyeing them together. And so we weren't like allowed to touch our own shirts. And so it was and everybody else was putting like the tie-dye and stuff on them. And so it was kind of all about like divine order and how we don't always have control over everything we do. But then also all of the experiences and all the things that happen to us in our life, we wear on our skin every single day, and they define who we are as a person. And so it was really a great way to turn a very simple activity into a very meaningful experience. And we just want to say thank you to everybody over like the entire year who has like helped and contributed to the YOU, whether you're a Great-a-thon sponsor or whether you bought breakfast tacos or like a Christmas mug or anything like that. We want to say thank you because that is how we fund us being able to go to these events, and we couldn't do it without you. So thanks.
And if we will all rub our hands together, we'll bless you, you bless us.
And so let's stand, let's join hands, and let's sing the peace song.
Let there be peace on
The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. So let's go out this day with love and spiritual understanding be our guide. Enjoy. Blessings be.